Hello, people of God. This is my Jacob's Way TV, and I'm Dupi Dupi singer. Have you seen my many colors? My coat of many colors. I wish you had seen the whole of the dress. Very colorful. In some of the episodes past, particularly 53, I guess so. 53, 54, maybe 55, thereabouts. I said to you that God says I'm his rainbow and that he was the one that gave me the love of colors. I like to live my God given destiny. If you know me very well, I'm a very colorful person. Thank you for joining me again. This is episode 63, like I said, my Jacob's Way TV. Now, I told you that Timothy had asked me that if he left what he was doing, what would he eat? And from then on, I had the burden in my heart to see what I could do to help them not to go back to stealing because of hunger. So that was why I started taking them food. I'll cook for about 30 people, 2 meals. And Timothy will go and bring all the boys from wherever he saw them. Many of them will come looking clean and good looking. I tell you, if your daughter brings such a person home, you will almost be hailing her for seeing well. Good looking guys, clean, neat, fantastic perfume. Nothing about their looks will make you feel that they are criminals or they were criminals. And when Timothy will bring another new person, I will ask him, don't tell me this is an armed robber. And Timothy will say to me, Mommy, I'm never going to open my mouth to tell you what somebody is doing and what somebody is not doing. But whoever you see with me is not likely to be a good guy. And it was from here that I started to know that there are different kinds of crimes that might not be immediately obvious to the person that has no business with these people. I can never forget a guy who Timothy brought. He was particularly good looking, tall, well dressed usually, and he could comport himself very well. And he was the one that told me himself that he was such a good artist that he could print any currency of the world. Right? That was his own job. He could print any currency of the world. And he told me about a bank manager. Didn't mention the person's name. That was something he did in the past. That asked him to print the dollar, and he printed the worth of $12 million for him. I don't know in what denomination, and gave to the man. It was so perfect that the bank manager took it to the bank and mixed it with the regular dollar, the original dollar. And that's why sometimes when you find some some counterfeit currencies in your batch of foreign exchange, this is because of these criminals that look like normal human beings that will even attract you as normal people. And this guy particularly, I remember him one day drove into the bush with a Mercedes Benz. And he said to me that he just bought the Mercedes Benz then, Mercedes Benz 200. It wasn't baby Benz. It was a one Mercedes Benz 200 that was very common in on the streets of Lagos one time. And he said he just bought the car. I said, with which money? And he said, but he had told me he's trade. So I said, why did you bring it to show me? He said, well, he wanted me to pray on it. And I said to him, I don't do such a thing, not with your trade. How can I be a pastor, an evangelist, and somebody sees me praying on a car that I know was bought with illegal money, as it were? And before he left that day, I remember he came to me again and gave me some money. I asked him for what. He said it was 15,000. Just 15,000 was a lot of money then. I said, I didn't ask you how much it was, but for what? He said, well, he wanted to pay his tithe. I laughed. I said to him, I won't take any money from him. He tried to plead with me that I should. And I said to him, the Lord had commanded me not to take money from all the youths that would come, except the one that I know was into gainful employment. I said to him, please, it's bad enough that the Lord is asking me to stay in the bush. Do not add to my punishment by asking me to take something that the Lord does not want me to take. And he said to me, the next pastor that I will see and give this money will not even ask me questions. I said, well, not too bad. I mean, it's okay. If a person takes it from you, but I will not take it from you. And he still went. He went on and came back and said to me, Mommy, look at all the tires of your car. They are not very good tires. This money can buy you a set of brand new tires. I said, no, thank you. I didn't want. And all the other boys were watching me. And so, when Uche came later, I can write a whole chapter on Uche, and I'm still going to talk about him. Uche was Timothy's assistant. In those days, when Uche would go out, I would come back and would say to me, Mommy, say I bought you Tom Tom. The first thing I'll ask him, where did you get the money from? And he was usually telling me, you remember the money you asked me to use to buy soap or buy something? You know, I didn't give you any change. So I bought the Tom Tom from that. Many times I didn't take the Tom Tom from him. It was much later that I realized that they were always chewing Tom Tom to make me not be able to smell um, I mean, smell the odor of weeds, igbo, marijuana from their mouths, just to, you know, make their breath to become clean, as it were. It took me a long time to know that. Hmm. And there was this other guy, good looking, fine boy, good looking, handsome, who was said to be a very terrible armed robber, but he would not leave the scene of their armed robbery until he has raped somebody. But when you look at him during the day, he looked normal, like a gentleman. And they all told me that if you meet them during the day and you were nasty to them, they will behave to you like gentlemen. But if they ever meet you in the middle of the night, may you take your life out of the scene. These were their devils. And like I said, I counted them. They were up to 30 at a point because Timothy went to always bring them. Whenever I will say to Timothy, why are you bringing more people? Don't you think that it will be hard to feed them? He will say to me, Mommy, I will donate my own food. You never know who God can use or what God can use to bring somebody to repentance. I will donate my food, but let me keep bringing them. And he kept bringing them, and the place was filling up. Don't forget that the reason why the Lord sent me on this way was for me to rehabilitate youths for Him. When it was time, He was bringing them Himself. But remember that I told you, or maybe I have not mentioned it. At a point, I said to the Lord, why are you doing this to me? I'm a woman. Why are you bringing all these bad boys? And the Lord said, but you agreed to take care of them for me. I asked you to rehabilitate. Will you rehabilitate youths for me? And you said yes. I said, well, I don't know. They will be bad boys. And the Lord said, go and check your dictionary. You do not rehabilitate good people. Hmm. Thank you very much for watching. There are so many beautiful stories that you need to hear. Sometimes when I'm telling these stories, people have goosebumps. Tell me if you are already having goosebumps. I survived it because the Lord knows the way through the wilderness. This is my Jacob's Way TV. I'm Dupi Dupi Singer. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, share, and God bless you. Bye bye.